what is like it. This is why worship is so important. Hear me, pastors, those of you that are guest pastors here. Let me give you my doxological class. Let me give you my doxology 101. I sat in the office with a pastor many years ago, and he told me, he says, well, they're going to get through singing. And I told him to hurry up and rush the worship service. Sing, just cut it short, because we want to get the best part of the service up. And I said, sir, what is that? He said, the preaching. That's the most important part. That's the best part. I said, sir, you are confused. The preaching is not the most important part of the service. The preaching is not the best part of the service. I said, it is the worship that is the most important part of the service. Preaching is the secondary consequence of sin. We must preach today because man sinned yesterday. But had man not sinned, he was still called to worship. All of creation was created to praise the living God. And you never cut short. Let me tell you something. Because people come to your church to hear your preaching. Most people choose the church they go to because of the preaching that's heard. But God chooses the church he goes to, not because of the preacher. He chooses the church he goes to because of the worship. And you can be a great preacher, but if God is not here, the sick will not be healed, the bound will not be delivered, the sinner will not be saved. What's the use if we use all of our rhetoric, eloquence, and verbosity, and God is not present? Never cut short the worship. Never tell your praise team to cut it down. Cut your sermon short before you cut the praise short. Because Peter only preached. The entire message on Pentecost, you can read it, was preached in 4 minutes and 37 seconds. You can read the whole thing in 4 minutes. But because they had been worshiping in the upper room, it only took 4 minutes to break the will of sinners. And that day 3,000 were added to the church.